Pine Kiko goats. First off, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And today is kind of an exciting day. We're going to go load the crate up in the van and go pick up the buck from Fluetsch's ranch, where he's been staying for the past month and a half. So when I get there, I'm also going to do a farm interview with Colleen and Terry Fluetsch. But before we do all of that, let's go feed the girls some hay and tidy up the buck shelter a little bit for when Santiago gets back. Hope you enjoyed this show. Headed to the Fluetsch's ranch. We're gonna go pick up Santiago the buck and bring him home. We're also going to do an interview with Terry and Colleen Fluetsch, so please join me along the ride as we go interview the Fluetsch's farm and pick up the buck. Enjoy this video. Thanks. Alright, I'm here with Colleen and Terry Fluetsch at Fluetsch Family Farm, and I'm just gonna ask them a couple questions about their ranch and about the goats that they're raising here. So, Colleen and Terry, why did you start raising goats, and what do you like about the Kiko breed?
Well, our main reason for raising goats is our ranch. It's not made for anything else. I mean, it's
brush control.
Yeah, it's perfect for raising goats. It goes up the side of the mountain. It has a lot of blackberries and poison oak. That's what we raise here is blackberries and poison oak, and we thought goats would go well with that, you know. And we would really like to have our ranch pay, and that's I think the only animal that would really do well here is goats, and they do, they love it, so.
That's awesome. And
the Kikos, we're interested in because we want meat goats, but we've heard that the Kikos are you know, more disease resistant and more apt to be good mothers, and you know, just less problems to raise.
Awesome, thanks. And how long have you had goats?
Well, this time we've only had them for about 10 months. We got this group when they were babies. When I was young, I had some goats when I was in my early 20s, but just a few.
What breeds did you raise?
Well, Nubians.
Oh, cool. I love the Nubians.
Yeah, they're nice. I got them for milk. Actually, it was later in my 20s, come think about it, because that was why I had them, was Casey was allergic to cow's milk. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, have some goats.
And how many acres do you have here on your ranch?
Well, we have, Terry and I together own 177 acres.
Wow.
But then my mother has had 80 acres that my sisters and I inherited right next to us. So we've got a total of, you know, close to 200. So.
Very cool. That's amazing.
I mean, no, wait, 300. Yeah, whatever. You do the math.
Wow. That's awesome. And what are your future plans with goats? How long do you plan to keep them, and do you have any future plans?
Well, hopefully we're going to continue to raise goats and get quite a number of them and be a real commercial outfit with them. Terry and I are getting old, so hopefully my grandsons or my son will take over, and we'll just continue on.
Super.
It's an incentive to not be sitting in the house.
Yes.
I spend a lot.
You're behind me. I want you to get hurt.
I spend a lot of time. The day will go by, and I'll kind of like, well, what did I accomplish today? But this is why I can walk up to the goats anywhere out here, out of the fence, and they'll come to me.
Say hi to the goats.
Yeah, because they come to recognize who's taking care of them.
Very fun animals.
Eventually, we would like to have some kind of agribusiness, agritourism, is that what they call it? So that we can have people come and stay near the goats up on the mountain. because
That would be
up on the
really
mountain is
cool.
wonderful forage for them.
Wow.
But it's too much in danger up there because of the bears and the cougars and everything that goes on up there. And so somebody would have to be up there with them all the time. So what I'm thinking is that I'd have like maybe 3 or 4 little movable cabins up there that people could stay in and come and spend a week with the goats. So
That sounds like an awesome idea.
I think it would go. I really do, because it's beautiful up there, and goats are such fine animals to hang out with. And so.
Yeah.
I'd like to eventually do that.
Have you ever thought about livestock guardian dogs or LG animals?
Well, we have. The northern breeds, they take off all the time. And so the mountainous breeds, they would just go. I don't know that they would stay with our goats. And I don't know. I kind of think that probably the only dog that I would consider having around our goats is a stock dog to say go fetch. Go get me the goats.
Awesome.
But I don't know, we've talked about having a donkey.
Oh yeah, I've heard those are
They're good protectors, but our that would only be for down in here where there's pasture. Up on the mountain, I think people are probably the only protectors that'll work.
So is there anything else you want to say about the goats on your ranch, or anything you want to say that watchers can learn from your farming experiences?
Well, goats I think are probably one of the easiest animals for us to raise anyway. Of course, there's things like rabbits and chickens and stuff, those are easy, but as far as like a cow, they're too big for us to handle easily. And
when you get older, these goats, you can handle the goat. The cow will get you in a corner somewhere, and
they just get dangerous,
Yeah, they'll get you down, or they'll hurt you,
And they also
tear
up the ground really bad. So they're more meat than you can use if you butcher a cow, and a goat's just about right. And we like goat meat, and although they become friends, we won't butcher any of our does, but we plan on having the male goats will
Wethers.
we will probably butcher some of those this year.
Okay.
And we might sell some if we have, depending on if we have a bunch of boys or a bunch of girls, we don't know. So
all right, well, thank you so much.
Well, you're welcome. Thanks. I wanted to tell you too how much we enjoyed having Santiago here. He was such a great buck. He
I'm
just
so glad.
Yeah, he was really a sweetheart and no problem at all. So
super.
Thank you.
All right, well, that's Fluetsch's Family Farm for you. I hope you enjoyed this interview with Colleen and Terry, and we're gonna go proceed to taking the buck home.
See that one right there? If they're eating somewhere that's just fantastic, she'll decide that over there might be better.
We have a lot of friends now that we've got a cup of tea.
Alright, good. This is how we transport our goats. It's kind of a funny way, but we don't have a truck, so we put them in a dog crate. I'm gonna try to get Santiago up here. Santiago is back. He has some fluff on his face because he was kind of fighting through the fence with these girls. But it is so funny to watch them. He's like, wow, I cannot remember these girls. It's been a month and a half that he's been away at the other farm, so he's just checking out this place. I'm not sure if he remembers it or not. He's also trying to ruin my brand new beautiful buck palace fence, headbutting against it. So hopefully he stops that and doesn't ruin it. Santiago, you have fluff on your face, buddy. He's kind of crazy. He never acts this way. What do you think? Is that your old boyfriend? Yeah. They are so funny. You wanna play, huh? Do you miss your old ladies? At the other farm, he was in with 9 Kiko percentage does that were all about a year old, and he just loved being with them.